everybody, welcome to Aligned and Abundant. I'm your host, Christine Marcario, and on today's episode, I want to go a little bit deeper into the fastest way to shift your frequency and talk about what it isn't. It isn't hustle, it's in fact coherence. If you have been following along, I am going down a rabbit hole of learning about manifestation and how to live my most aligned and abundant life. And I am inviting you on this journey with me. I am looking to learn how to lead our most aligned and abundant lives. And what that means to me is showing up for ourselves and our true selves, not the selves that people expect us to be. The selves who we are when we are alone and quiet and we are at peace and ease with our own thoughts. We are connected to the divine source. We are feeling into what would bring us the most joy, happiness, contentedness, and ease. We are in true alignment, meaning we are doing the things that make us feel really good. I always say we are emotional beings and we create from our emotions. So what I want to step in today a little bit deeper is going past the secret, going past the tools of ask, believe, and receive. I want to talk about embodiment. I want to talk about flow and ease and showing up and acting as if. So some things that I want to tackle today are, how do I get into my desired frequency faster? How do I stop feeling stuck? And how do I collapse time? And honestly, most answers online are either overcomplicated or disconnected from the body or obsessed with positivity. And just being positive is not enough. You have to have the embodiment piece. We don't want to do a spiritual bypass, which means we're just pretending that everything is amazing. Because side note, wherever there is light, there is also darkness. And so we have to find that balance. We have to have that yin to the yang. So today I want to give you a 4-part framework that came across my consciousness over the weekend. This is going to be a guide for frequency alignment. And it's not based on forcing or pretending, but on coherence. And coherence is such a beautiful word. And I want to really dive into what that means. Because frequency doesn't shift when you fight yourself. Frequency shifts when your thoughts, your body, your emotions, and your actions all agree, when they are in alignment. And that's what coherence is to me. When we are one with our thoughts, our body is not screaming at us to drink more water or get into the sunlight, get that vitamin D. Our emotions are in check, and we feel good about the actions that we are taking. So let's start with something simple that people either dismiss or mystify. Water. You guessed it. So many people say, drink your water. And I'm like, yes, I agree. I totally should. And then I don't. And then I see it in my body. My body is screaming to me, Christine, drink the water. My skin will look a little bit drier, especially in the winter time. My lips might get chapped. That's usually a first signal to me that I really need to drink some water. So what I did yesterday was I actually listened to my body, guys. I actually did it. I went out and I got one of those pour-ins. I forget what they're called right now offhand, but I actually picked it up over the weekend, and the mix-ins that you can get with the electrolytes, and I drank the whole thing yesterday. And I was also so proud of myself. I actually added the collagen mix-in as well, and I drank the whole thing. Now today I'm going to push myself to drink even more. And I'm laughing because on my time it is 10:34 a.m., which is a combination of 413, my Nana's number. So my Nana, again, is also saying, hey girl, you're on the right path. Drink that water. Why is water so important? Oh my gosh, everybody tells us this, but do we listen? And you know what? Kudos to those of you who are really listening. I know people that walk around with the gallons of water, like they literally walk around with a gallon of water, and they challenge themselves to drink it throughout the day. They say we're supposed to drink half of our body weight in water. And so it will change depending on if you are maintaining weight or changing weight. But why is water so important? Well, water makes up about 70 to 75% of our bodies. Wow. We are literally a walking ocean. Water helps our brain, our heart, and our nervous system. They're all water-based. Think about that. That's like our whole body, pretty much. Okay, our brain, our heart, and our nervous system, so important, especially when manifestation has a lot to do with our nervous system. We can only manifest and operate at the speed of safety of our nervous system. Did a little research, and modern research shows that water responds to intention, sound, and vibration. And whether you take that spiritually, symbolically, or biologically, here's the grounded takeaway. Your body listens before your mind believes. So instead of trying to convince yourself you're abundant, safe, supported, you start by informing your body. And here's how this looks practically. Before you drink water, pause. Speak to it, out loud or internally. And not in desperation, not in begging, but in peace and direction. So for example, when you're drinking your water, and imagine this as you're coding your water, because that water is going to take that message that you are putting into it, and then it is going to go into your body, and it is going to hit your brain, your heart, and your nervous system. It is going to go into your cells. And so here are some things that you can say as you drink your water. As I drink this, my body remembers safety. As I drink this, my system recalibrates to clarity. As I drink this, I become available for insight and support. And that's it. It's so easy and so simple, and you can choose whatever line feels good for you. I did a fun one where I coded it with a money frequency, and I don't remember what the code is offhand right now, but I can drop it in the show notes when I find it. It was some numbers that I wrote on my water. I used one of those markers that allows you to write on glass, like on a mirror or on a car window, and I wrote the frequency. There's like a number that you can write, and I will find it for you guys, and I will put it in the show notes. But again, all you have to do is just set that intention. As I drink this water, clarity comes to me. As I drink this water, I am replenishing my body with all that it needs energetically. This is a somatic instruction. When your body feels safe, your nervous system stops blocking reception. So think about that. You could want to bring in abundance and aligned actionable steps, but if your nervous system isn't ready for those things, it's going to block them. And that's why we have to take care of our body. And drinking our water with these intentions is just one practical step that we can take. And we can do it every single day. How beautiful is that? Now, this is where it gets a little hairy, right? This is why people say, I'm doing all the mindset work, but nothing's changing yet. Well, because the body hasn't been included yet. So not only do we need to work on our mindset, showing up with grit and optimism, but we have to show up for our body. And another thing that you can do is thank your body. Thank your body for all that it does for you. It helps you to stand. It allows you to recharge at night when you are dreaming. It allows you to drive to the places that you need to go. My goodness, our body does so much for us. Our bodies are on autopilot, breathing for us, keeping us alive. And every day that we are alive is a gift. And we have to honor that. It is so important to honor that and respect that. And truly just be so grateful that we are here. Now, let's get into the coordination principle. This is where alignment lives. This is one of the most misunderstood parts of manifestation. People think alignment means everything feels good, nothing triggers you, and life flows effortlessly all the time. That's not alignment, that's avoidance. The coordination principle says this: every experience is either moving you toward evolution or showing you where you're still operating from protection or regression. And here's the key: both are useful. Remember what I said earlier, light and darkness, yin and yang. So instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Ask yourself, what direction is this pointing me toward? So it's like an operating system that is telling you hot, cold, warm, warmer. You need to go in and listen, okay? Listen to the guidance, the GPS, the internal GPS that is sourced within our body. So let's say you feel resistance around posting your work. You feel resistance about sharing something that you are hosting. The old lens would say, oh, I'm blocked. My vibration is off. I should wait. But the coordination lens asks you to go within. What is this resistance showing me? Where is my nervous system not feeling safe to be seen? This is feedback. This is giving you insight into where there might still be some blockages. But better yet, this is an opportunity for you to work with your nervous system. And something that I love to do that one of my teachers, Jennifer Liss, taught me is a nervous system sandwich. So when you are feeling nervous about something, find a way to let those nerves out, to let those nerves be, like to experience them. So some things you can do are move your body, sing, dance, hum, okay? Before you're about to do something that is kind of rattling your nervous system. I like to kind of dance and jiggle around. Nice visual, right? All right, so I kind of shake my body like one of those blow up that you see along the highway where they're kind of just dancing and wiggling, and sometimes they look like they're twerking in the wind. So just shake it out, and then you do some breathing and you do the thing. But that's not enough. Then you go back to your nervous system regulation and you do the same thing again, or something different, doesn't matter, but you shake again, you dance again, you twerk, whatever makes you feel good. Why twerking? Well, Jennifer also taught me that twerking is a cool thing to do because creation comes from that area of our bodies. Creation comes from our root chakra, which is at the bottom of our spine. And also, as a woman, we're creators. We create babies, and that's life and miracles. And how freaking amazing is that? So that's a cool thing to do because we are literally getting out our nerves around creation. So being in alignment isn't pretending that the resistance is there. It's meeting that resistance and it's working through that resistance. And then it's also thanking that resistance for showing up for us because we are just unpacking the layers that might be keeping us back. So alignment is letting resistance inform your next move. That alone collapses time. You are not staying stuck. You are showing up and you are doing the dang thing. Now, I want to talk about thought forms. Not positive thinking, but pattern creation. So let's clear this up. Thought forms are emotionally charged sentences that create repeated behavior. They're not affirmations you say once. They're not fantasy statements. They're not everything is perfect, rainbows and butterflies, because we know that's not true. Thought forms work because they pair language with emotion. They repeat through action. And they create identity level patterns. Most people already have thought forms. They're just unconscious. So some examples that might run through your mind are, Ugh, I always have to work harder than everyone else. Nothing ever works out for me. I cannot relax until XYZ is done. Those are thought forms. And I don't know about you, but I've definitely had all of those. So we don't fight them, we replace them consciously and with effort. Here's how to create a conscious thought form. 1, it must be present tense. 2, it must feel believable enough for your body. And 3, it must be linked to action. So here is an example. Every time I breathe, I receive clarity and direction. And you just keep thinking it and saying it and then living it because you are breathing. So you pause when you breathe, you slow down, you notice that insight, and then you act when clarity arrives because you are trusting and believing that it will in fact arrive. So again, that is, every time I breathe, I receive clarity and direction. I'm definitely going to be doing that one this week. That's the one that I came up with for myself. Because again, we are constantly breathing, knock on wood, hopefully. And it's just something that I can say easily because I am always looking for more clarity and more direction because, hey, life doesn't come with a roadmap that says, all right, once you find the buried treasure here, then you're going to go over to this magical waterfall, right? That's some Dora Dora Explorer stuff. All right, visualization and journaling. You know me, I'm really down about the visualization and the journaling. Our brains do not know the difference between imagination and reality. Hear me. Our brains do not know the difference between imagination and reality. There are so many sports team members or successful people out in the world, and I know success is definable in many different ways, but there are so many people that have imagined themselves as, say, the fastest runner or overcoming that obstacle that they at first thought they couldn't overcome. It is about the visualization. And think about it. Think about how precious we were as children. Our imaginations could take us anywhere. And then we lose that. But I'm here to remind you that it is not lost. It may be forgotten, but it is not lost. And you can go into your visualization, your imagination, anytime, anywhere. Just be careful if you're doing it while you're driving. I don't want anyone to have an accident, obviously. All right, so journaling is also so important. I love the hand to paper, the physicality of actually writing. I have so many journals laying around my house. One is for random thoughts, one is for learning, one is for evidence. That's a fun one. Have a journal where you can just write down evidence of like how good your life is. Because the more that we focus on the good, the more it shows up. Remember, like attracts like. So this honestly is where most people miss the mark. Visualization is not fantasizing. Journaling is not trauma dumping or recapping your day. In fact, I'm going to encourage you to start shifting gears if that's where you've been at. I recognize that I've been there before. I literally actually just did it this morning. I did kind of a dump of everything that was weighing on my heart, and it kind of was negative. Do you know what I mean? It was like, okay, this is bothering me. I'm worried about how this person feels, etc. And while I think a good brain dump is healthy because, as I've said to you before, it takes all of those thoughts out of our mind. It takes the weight and the pressure that may be putting on your body, and it puts it somewhere else outside of your body. And so those have their place. But reality creation uses a different muscle, and I'm all about learning what muscles to use so we can create our most aligned and abundant life. So here's the shift. You write as the version of you who already exists in the future. You are writing as your future 2.0 because this is where embodiment is going to come. You are creating the future. Our 3D reality will have no choice but to catch up to your thoughts. Our thoughts do truly create our reality. And we are not creating a future where we're still frustrated, where we're still fixing, where we're still working on it, okay? That's not who we are. We are living our future now. So, for example, instead of saying, today I felt stuck, I felt overwhelmed, you can write, today I moved through my day with clarity. I trusted my timing. I noticed how supported I felt during conversations. You're not lying, but you're training your identity. And identity is truly where manifestation lies. Identity is acting as if you already have those things, as if you're already feeling a certain way. You are becoming, and then you became the identity that you are calling in. If you are not following me, I will try to explain this in simpler terms. We are who we are, and we show up as her or him every single day. And the bottom line is, our thoughts create our identity. So when we shift our thoughts, we create a universe in which we show up for who we truly want to be. And not just who we want to be, but who we are at our core, minus all of the limiting beliefs and the societal pressures and kind of subliminal messaging that TV and news and TikTok put into our brains. We're unlayering that. We're releasing that. And side note, less social media is good for all of us. But what I want to say, what I want to carry on to is identity is who we are as a person. It's who we show up. It's the thoughts that we have, and it's how we act. And why is identity so important? Identity is so important because it always precedes behavior. We act from where we think. So behavior precedes the results. And this is how people collapse timelines, not by skipping steps, but by inhabiting the frequency first. And I love what just happened. As I said that, I got a taste of cherry in my mouth, and I'm discovering lately a new Claire, like a new sense for me. And I don't exactly remember offhand while I'm recording this what it's called, but it has something to do with you get random taste, and they're tastes that like bring forth either feelings or memories. And it kind of gives me a clue as if I'm onto a truth. So when I just said that, this is how people collapse timelines, not by skipping steps, but by inhabiting the frequency first. I got the taste of cherry, which is a good taste for me. So I was like, that feels good. That is a truth that my soul is speaking in this flow moment. So take that as it is, but I'm just sharing my real life experience here. Rounding this out, I want to talk about how this all ties back to manifesting. Manifesting today isn't pretending everything is fine. It's not bypassing fear, okay? Fear is a real thing and it needs to be addressed. But fear is also false. It is fake. It is made up. Made up. Let it go. And we are not waiting for the universe to come and rescue us. We are going to rescue ourselves because we are working in unison with the universe. We are co-creating. So manifesting today is regulating our body, telling the truth, choosing aligned action, rehearsing the future internally, and allowing life to then show up for us. Allowing the universe to reorganize around that coherence. You don't raise your frequency by force. You raise it by agreement. Agreement between your body, your thoughts, your emotions, your actions, and your identity. That's why this works faster. If you want to simplify everything you heard today, it's this. Start with your body. Drink the water. Let life inform you, not discourage you. Choose thought forms that support action. And practice living from the future version of you gently, consistently, and in your beautiful power. You are not here to become someone else. You are here to remember who you already are and make choices from there. And that's alignment. I know that you are going to continue to learn and grow with me and to get this. We are getting this together. And I truly have every belief in you that you are here for the right reasons. You are listening for the right reasons because there is a message here for you. Your soul and my soul have been connected, and we are on this journey and this path together. And it is a beautiful journey. We are making aligned choices from everything that we continue to learn together. So thank you so much for being with me on this journey. If this episode resonated with you, save it, share it, revisit it. And next time we'll talk about why discomfort is one of the most clear signs that you're actually on track. I'll see you then. Lots of love and light to you. If you've been feeling the pull for deeper transformation, real, lasting change that starts from within, I'd love to invite you into transformational one-on-one coaching with me. This is where alignment becomes your new normal. You'll get 4 90-minute sessions at an introductory offer of $600, designed to help you release what's holding you back, reconnect with your truth, and step into the next version of yourself, fully and unapologetically. You can book your sessions through the link in my bio. Just tap my link tree to get started. Your next breakthrough is closer than you think, and I'd love to be a part of your journey.